My thoughts on Dragon Ball GT are pretty lucrative. I think that it's a good series, and I'm aware of all the plot holes and everything in it. But when you have characters like Baby and the Shinrons and Majub, so on and so forth, it can turn something that's pretty bad into a likable show. Like one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball is Omega Shinron. Uh, I'm just a sucker for really overpowered characters. Like when I read comic books, I love the Living Tribunal, and I loved Protege and that crappy comic. Protege to me kind of saved the comic because I was getting bored until I heard about Protege. All Star Superman, Thought Robot, Necron from the Green Lantern. All those characters. I love overpowered characters. And if you love overpowered characters, you are going to love GT because it is full of them. And not to mention, I love the whole Nova Shinron and the Nova Shinron and Goku friendship that was going on. That kind of caught me off guard because the entire, uh, you know, series. Well, not the entire series, but that part of the series was about how they used too many wishes and it pretty much defected the Dragon Balls, and now Goku, Pan, Trunks, everyone now has to defeat these Shinrons, and every one of them seemed to be pretty evil until you hit Nova Shinron. Ice Shinron was kind of shitty, and then you have Nova Shinron and the only three that I can really remember is Nova, Ice, and Sin Shinron, because those were the ones that stood out to me. And also earlier in the series, I liked Baby Vegeta. I don't know why. And Super 17 was cool too. Super 17 versus Goku. I love that fight. I love the concept art for Super 17. It was just a blast. But like I said, Omega Shinron is my favorite character. Because the dialogue in the series wasn't too bad either. Well, at least in my opinion. For example, I enjoyed Omega Shinron basically shit talking Goku and Vegeta about how weak they are, and I like the different moves he used, and it was pretty brutal when they faced him. So to me, Omega Shinron was a pretty good character. And then when you move on to Super 17, he was also a pretty good character, completely super overpowered. Uh, Seth the programmer in a video stated that GT it's pretty much just like a overpowered circle jerk for GT, which he's right. And if you like that kind of stuff, you're gonna like GT. So as far as the most overpowered villains, at least in GT, I would probably say Super 17 and Omega Shinron, and even Sin Shinron. Uh, all those characters, pretty much go beyond anything Z ever has, and I dare say Super. Even Jiren, I think the characters in GT, or at least the villains, go higher than Super. And then continuing from there, you have as far as the characters go for the good side, Super Saiyan 4 fully powered Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Both of those characters are, like I said, super overpowered, but they're fun to see fight, and they're fun to watch. It's I don't harbor as much resentment against those characters in the series or the series itself because of how overpowered and how well they handled the characters, at least the fights and the arcs and so on and so forth. But that's my opinion on Dragon Ball GT.